let's go back on the record.
But let me make something clear to you today.
Prosecutor's office.
What do you want to give me?
Jolie
Fear of you.
Possession of a shopping cart. Oh my
Is
God.
that a serious charge, you think? Is that a serious charge?
Heinous. Heinous.
Next on the docket is 2023 TR 1225, State of Kansas versus John Kelly Ernest. Jared Regier for the state, John Kelly Ernest in person, and pro se. Mr. Ernest, that is you at Court Security 4, isn't it?
It is. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, we are set for trial on the one count of driving under the influence of alcohol dating back over a year ago to March 25th of 2023. I believe the county attorney did issue a number of subpoenas for today. Are you still wanting your bench trial, Mr. Ernest?
I was able to, because of the lack of understanding, I had a failure to appear and I was held over for roughly 30 days. But I did tell at that last hearing, the judge, that I would like a chance to secure an attorney. I met an attorney middle of last week, Gearing and Levitt is her name, Ryan Gearing. He was not able to attend today, but he did advise me that my best course of action was to apply for diversion immediately. So I would like to do that. I don't know how to do that, but
okay. Here's the deal, Mr. Ernest. You were here. You were supposed to have appeared for your first appearance March 31st to 23, and you didn't. So a warrant was issued with a $5,000 cash surety bond.
Your Honor, if you look, I actually was late that day. I did actually appear.
No, March 21st, or March 31st to 23. I'm not talking 24. I'm talking a year ago. March 31st, you failed to appear. Then on April 3rd of 23, still over a year ago, you contacted the clerk, said you were having link issues, something to do with the docket being with Judge Satterfield. You were told that the county attorney was going to hold off on filing the bench warrant issued on the previous Friday, and you were to appear that day, April 3rd, with Judge Crum. April 3rd, you did appear pro se. Before Judge Crum, you entered a not guilty plea, and you told the judge then you were going to hire an attorney. So a year ago, April 3rd, a little more than a year ago, you told Judge Crum you were going to hire an attorney. Then 2 months go by, June 5th, you came in and you needed more time to hire your attorney, June 5th, 2023. August 28th to 23, you waived your right to counsel and said you'd like to apply for a diversion. You were told by the court if you wanted to fill out an application for court-appointed counsel, you could do so. And you said no, you wanted to apply for diversion, and the matter was set for bench trial on November 29th of 23. November 29th, 23, the bench trial was announced, but you failed to appear again. So a no bond hold was placed on you. February 28th, 24, you'd been picked up on your second warrant and appeared before Judge Rickey. And he set the matter with Magistrate Judge Lee for March 22nd, 2024. March 22nd, 2024, you did appear on Judge Lee's expedited control docket. You presented by Zoom from the Butler County Jail. You told the court you were unsure if you would get an attorney or represent yourself. You were not able to contact anyone from your phone, and the judge reset the matter today for bench trial with me,
Yes, Your Honor.
telling you you must appear in the courthouse in person. Are you in the Greenwood or the Butler County Courthouse?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
So it looks like we've gone a year and a week and we've just run a complete circle.
I understand, Your Honor. The financial difficulties I've gotten some help with. And that was the reason why every attorney that I talked to then, I just couldn't find a way to afford it.
That's why I encouraged you to apply for court appointed, but you didn't want to.
I understand.
So are we going to do this for another year where we just run the cycle again?
No, Your Honor. I do not. I want this behind me. I've said that before, and 30 days sitting there having time to think about it. The situation that I was in, I did not enjoy. I'm sure you understand that. I want this behind me, Your Honor.
Mr. Regier, you were at that last hearing before Judge Lee. Were you?
Your Honor, my notes would appear to indicate that I was. It would appear that Judge Lee had set the matter over to today's date and time, after which the defendant appeared pro se as he does today.
Do you know why Judge Lee didn't dispose of the case then, or why he set it back here for trial? Can you give me any insight as to why I feel like I'm just going back to square one again? With the defendant saying he wants a diversion, he wants to hire an attorney. That's what he told me a year ago. Any insight you can share with me?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, I am not in a position to advise the court as to that at this time. Perhaps that question would be better directed towards the defense.
So what did you tell Judge Lee that made him set this for trial today? And why are you not ready to proceed for trial? Or are you?
Your Honor, he was pretty insistent that he believed that if I was going to proceed with a trial, that I should be represented. That if I insisted that I didn't want to, but he strongly advised me to get an attorney. That's why I spoke to 2 more attorneys and I got some financial assistance. And the advice that I got when I met with that attorney, that second attorney, was that absolutely I should apply for diversion. This is my only DUI, and that he can't see any reason why I shouldn't be approved for that. So I'm certain that I probably should have done that originally.
Why was Judge Lee and Mr. Levitt more convincing than I've been throughout the year, telling you you needed an attorney, I would appoint you attorney?
That's a good question, Your Honor. I don't know. I've been going through a lot in my life and maybe not making very good decisions. But having friends give you advice and tell you things is one thing. Having you tell me what is, I'm certain, good advice, turns out that it is good advice. I guess I can't explain it beyond what I've already explained. I just was not in the right place mentally and just really didn't know what to do. I was kind of frozen up, Your Honor, all I can do is be sincere. But I'm pretty convinced after talking to that attorney that I would be approved for diversion, and that's what I should do.
Well, Mr. Regier, do you grant diversion to somebody that's been telling you for a year he's going to apply and doesn't? Is that still an option?
Your Honor, at this point in the matter, I could not say. What I can say is that my notes would appear to suggest that the matter was set over to today for bench trial. My understanding is this is my colleague, Mr. Sweeney's case. If the case is to proceed to trial, the state will be requesting a continuance. As I understand it, there is an issue concerning witness availability.
So you don't have your witnesses here, which I couldn't expect you to have had them served within a week anyway. Or, well, it wasn't a week, it was March 22nd, so it's about, what, 2 or 3 weeks? And it does look like subpoenas were filed a week ago today. Trooper Hill, is Trooper Hill here? Don't see Trooper Hill. KDHE breath and alcohol subpoena. Master Trooper Grunder. Butler County intoxilizer. All right, so you're telling me that you need a continuance to apply for diversion or to hire an attorney or both?
I have already hired the attorney. He just wasn't able to be here today because that was only middle of last week. But he did tell me that I should apply when I'm in the building, which is right now, for diversion. If I can get that paperwork right now, I'll fill it out right now.
And the state has no objection to the continuance or the application for diversion, Mr. Regier?
Your Honor, at this point, with the preface that I do not appear to have an entry of appearance in my file with respect to Mr. Levitt, the state does not object solely to the issue of a continuance. At this point, as previously indicated, my understanding is there is an issue of witness availability, at least insofar as today is concerned, as my notes would appear to suggest that today's setting was previously for bench trial.
Okay, Mr. Regier just raised an excellent point. This attorney that you said you hired hasn't even committed to this case. He has not legally filed an entry of appearance, which indicates he would represent you. What's that about?
I don't know, Your Honor.
You gave him the amount of money he said he wanted?
Yes, I gave him a down payment, yes.
A down payment. Did he say that that would be enough for him to enter?
Yes, he said he would be able to represent me, but he wanted me to show today to apply for diversion.
Well, that's not the way it works if you've retained an attorney, and certainly Mr. Levitt of all attorneys knows that. So here, I'll just be candid with you, sir. With what you've done this past year of delaying this DUI, I fear that you think you may have hired Mr. Levitt, but you may not. You may have made a down payment, and he may need certain other payments or requirements before he enters this case, and you may not come through with those. So we may just be
Well, I will
all over again.
I will do both things. I will apply for the diversion. I'll fill that paperwork out today, and when I leave here, I will call them and find out if there's something that I didn't honestly, Your Honor, I didn't even realize there was something if other than showing up, I didn't know whether there was something for them to do to recognize that.
Well, I'll guarantee you Matt Levitt knows that. He knows how to enter a case and get a defense going. So that's why I'm thinking maybe you two didn't have a meeting of the minds yet. But the state's not set for trial because they couldn't get their witnesses in time. And apparently Judge Lee thought it more appropriate to send this back to me and start over again where I was a year ago with you. How much time do you need to continue this, sir?
You're asking me, Your Honor? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
Yes, I am.
Probably only a week or two. I mean, I would like to fill out the diversion paperwork right now.
Now, here's what Mr. Regier usually tells me. He usually says, if the defendant is represented by an attorney, any application for diversion has to be presented by the attorney. Have you talked to your attorney about him representing you in the filing of diversion? Or did he just tell you to represent yourself in filing for diversion?
Yeah, he says since he had a conflict today, I was told to show today. Obviously, I had to do that and apply for the paper and fill out the paperwork for the diversion and submit it myself.
Mr. Regier, are you okay with that? That's not what you usually indicate you like to do. But he says he's represented by an attorney, but yet he's supposed to turn in his diversion on his own. Is that acceptable?
Your Honor, what I can say is, again, in my role as prosecutor, I do not represent the defendant in these proceedings. The state's understanding is that if there is private representation, communications from an ethical standpoint, if for no other reason, should be made through that attorney.
Well, I'll let the three of you, Mr. Regier, Mr. Levitt, and the defendant figure this out. But Mr. Ernest, I
Yes, ma'am.
really don't think you should show up again without an attorney when you told me you're going to hire one. I just don't want us to go in a circle again like it's been doing.
I hear you, Your Honor.
Now, if you get diversion, you won't even have to come back and see me if you do it in a timely fashion. You'll be diverted from the court system.
I will fill it out today, Your Honor. Like I said, I want this, I really truly need this behind me. I would like to proceed with my life.
So you'll need time to apply for diversion, and they'll need time at the county attorney's office to study it and run your record and see if you qualify. And then they'll need time to send you a contract for diversion. And you will need time to, I would think, get with your attorney and go over it and sign it and get it back to the county attorney.
Okay.
So you're going to probably need more than just a week or two.
Your officer here in the courtroom just handed me some instructions for doing an application online. So I guess that's how I'm supposed to do it. So I will follow these instructions to the letter.
I don't know. I don't represent you, and I don't know what those documents are. And I hope that the officer has given you what it is you need. Now, don't look at the officer like he's your attorney. He's not going to be held accountable if he didn't give you what your attorney wants you to have.
I understand.
He's trying to be a good guy and help you, but if you have an attorney, you need to address that with your attorney. I'm going to say will he need an alcohol and drug evaluation if he's approved for diversion, Mr. Regier? Or can he get the diversion and then do the evaluation? Because that's going to depend how much more time I have to delay this.
Your Honor, the state's understanding is that drug and alcohol evaluations are typically required in these types of situations.
So you may, that's going to be something else you need to do.
Okay.
I cannot imagine Mr. Levitt just saying, I'll represent you, but then he leaves you hanging here. That's just not the way he works. Okay, we'll set this over somewhere, Destiny, between 30 days and 6 weeks, since he's got to get an alcohol and drug evaluation.
Are you wanting to put it on the bench trial docket, Judge, or just the traffic docket?
Put it on the traffic docket, I guess.
July 3rd.
July 3rd. That's our first available 9 a.m. Monday.
I can also squeeze him in on June 26th if you'd rather that, Judge.
But these are Monday dockets you're giving me.
Oh, no, I apologize. Sorry. June 24th.
I'm going to take him at his word that he's got an attorney. So I'm going to put him on Monday, June 24th Although he's told me things in the past that have not come to fruition. June 24th, 9 a.m. You and your attorney better be here unless
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
apply for and are granted diversion, and you do everything you need to get that diversion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. I'm just hoping that you didn't get any more DUIs in the year that you've been out there unaccountable for.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. I'll continue the bond you're on with the conditions that you reappear June 24th, 9 a.m., that you drink no alcohol, take no illegal drugs, do not drive unless you're legally able to do so, and your vehicle is legally insured and tagged and registered.
Absolutely.
Anything further, Mr. Regier?
Nothing from the state's perspective, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ernest, you still, for all intents and purposes, are unrepresented in this case.
I hear you, Your Honor.
Until your attorney enters his appearance, you have no attorney.
All right.
So you better get back with him and talk to him and make sure you understood what he told you. All right, we'll be in recess. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So where are we on this case?
I don't know if the two of you had discussions on this issue.
Is that okay with you? Oh, good, because you don't have a choice.